Welcome back. The Star Wars universe, of course, has so many iconic characters, and now these sci-fi heroes are a big part of an awesome new exhibit debuting in Montreal.
That's right. The Star Wars Identities exhibit is the first of its kind, and I attended a sneak peek earlier this week and discovered how various Star Wars identities connect with our own, as well as how the organizers gathered this galaxy of art.
May the Force be with you.
Thank you. So this is really an exciting exhibit. Tell me a little bit about what's on display here.
Well, you have over 200 objects from the Lucasfilm archives. We had full access to the Skywalker Ranch, where George Lucas keeps all the objects from his previous films.
You get to basically go inside the closets of George Lucas and pick out the most amazing costumes. Like, how did you choose which not to bring?
Well, that's a problem. You know, you have to travel with these, and we travel around the world. I remember, you know, I was 13-year-old when I got into the movie theater, and it was the first time I was seeing a movie that I thought was designed for me.
If you could go back in time and have told your 13-year-old self that you would be doing this exhibit, what do you think you would say?
Oh, it's impossible. When we went to do the pitch at Lucasfilm offices in San Francisco, we arrived, and there's this fountain with Yoda in it. We were like kids, you know, and we were blown away by the fact that we were the three of us from Montreal and San Francisco pitching to Lucasfilm.
With Lucasfilm's blessing, Jacques-André and his team put together this unique exhibit. It's a show that takes a closer look at the characters from a galaxy far, far away.
We start from childhood to adolescence to adult life. So we basically follow the lives of Star Wars' two main heroes, Luke and Anakin Skywalker. We see how they get influenced during adolescence by their mentors, their groups, and their friends. And then eventually we get into their adult life and basically the choices they make, which we know are quite different in the case of father and son.
George is a great storyteller, for one thing, and he really harkens back to these kind of base mythologies and archetypal characters that all of us identify with. It resonates on all these levels. We see ourselves in these characters, so it's really easy to both see how spectacular they are, but also to see ourselves in them.
George Lucas knows the importance of education, and is basically letting us use the franchise to educate people. And this is about the sciences of identity, what forces shape us and what makes who you are, you.
We're standing here in front of Padme's different outfits, and this is related to occupation, right?
Exactly. It's not a term that we use in the Star Wars movies. I mean, they just their job. But yes, one of our components of identity is basically what we choose to be in life, and it does have a big impact on who we are and how we are perceived, especially. And so in this case, we have 3 of Padme's costumes. So we show her senator costume and her queen costume to show how the different roles she's occupied in her professional life, if I can say.
There are so many roles to pick from in the Star Wars universe, so I wondered, which should I choose? Okay, let's do Bounty Hunter. I'm gonna be Boba Fett. Okay. I got the chance to create my own Star Wars identity. This is amazing! But I also found out that in Star Wars, like reality, your life is what you make it.
I love that, actually. At the end of the day, no matter what genetic baggage you get or whatever else life throws at you, that it comes down to you, that you have the power within yourself to make these decisions and choices, and I think that's a really empowering message, especially for kids that are going to see the show.
Oh, awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
It's totally awesome sauce. Isn't that how the kids talk today?
That's how the kids are talking today.
I think it's neat that as fans you get to go check out all of this cool stuff, but then there's also an inspirational, very Jedi-esque message at the core, right?
Well, that's what makes it such a unique exhibit, and of course it opens today in Montreal and runs until September 16th, and then it heads to Edmonton at the end of October and runs again, and runs right through until April. So it's totally worth seeing if you're in nearby areas. Check it out.
It's worth the drive. Yeah. I want to ask, why did you choose a bounty hunter? You didn't choose like a benevolent Jedi?
Come on.
A bounty hunter.
You have a little bit of an edge, you know?
Yeah, just avoid the Sarlacc pit.
That's right.
Don't go near the Sarlacc pit.
That's what makes this so unique. I mean, of course, it's impressive enough to see over 200 items from the George Lucas archives.
Yeah.
You know, drawings of early Vader concept art, the costumes, the items. Like, it's amazing. But this interactive element is so incredible because basically you go inside and you get a wristband and you get a little earpiece and you can interact with these exhibits. You choose your race, you choose, you know, what kind of mentorship you might want. And then at the end you get this creation that is what you would be in the Star Wars world.
You.
Very cool. And it basically is teaching kids that it's not just the hand you're dealt when you're born. You make choices throughout your life that make you who you are, which is a really great message.
You pick like food allergies and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
I like what the organizer said, that they had to consider space. Like if we bring a full-sized Rancor, we won't have room for anything else,
right?
Yeah.
Well, of course, now you know which Star Wars persona I am, but what about you? We asked which character character you think best represents you, and here's what you had to say.